Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is your boy, the Crypto Siege, with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning, guys. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I hope you have a relaxing day if Sunday is your day to do that. Guys, got an interesting little kind of debate kind of going on. And for me, I personally don't know the answer. I don't know enough to say, to make some kind of point of facts. But here's the thing. A lot of people have been talking about whether or not XRP can be backed by gold or pegged to gold. And I think there's a difference between the two. I can't comment enough to say what the differences are, but I believe that XRP being pegged to gold would allow for like sort of like a price set or a price valuation because it's pegged to gold. But and then what's the difference between it being pegged to gold and backed by gold? I don't know the difference enough. I know there are differences, so I can't really comment on that. But I will say that there's a reason why China and Russia, the U.S. has always been on the gold tip, but there's a reason why China and Russia is, just amassing so much gold here as of late. There's a reason for that. Even the digital nomad investor said that, he thinks that the sleeper is gold. That there's got to be a reason for this thing that is going on with gold. We already know that XRP in some way, shape, form, or fashion is going to be used by either the IMF or the Feds in some way, shape, form, or fashion in the future. We already know that, but he did mention, the digital nomad investor did mention that this gold is kind of that's the one, right? That's just, it's almost like it's the X factor, right? It's almost like it is the X factor. I think he kind of states it similar to that as well. And the digital nomad investor is a very, very smart guy, very, very smart guy. And he has a lot of experience, and kind of how governments work and operate. And this is what we're talking about. This is something that the governments would decide to do in terms of pegging or backing XRP by gold. And I think more so pegged to gold, because again, the major nations have so much of it, and so much gold. And so if there is a way that the central bank or the IMF or the Fed, or probably the IMF, is dishing out a certain amount of XRP, and the nations, they understand gold, right? So having this XRP that they now hold, that they've been given, and it's pegged to gold, would give them some incredible value, would allow, obviously would allow for central bank debt to be cleared, to allow for government debt to be managed, so the pegged to gold makes a little bit more sense to me, but that's only because I understand it a little bit more than I understand it being backed by gold. So some of you smart guys out there, I know there's a lot of smart people who are in this community, and check out this channel. If you know the difference, if you know the subtle differences, please comment, so everyone can share, everyone can see it, and so we can talk about it on another video. So, I don't know enough of the difference, like I said, to really, really comment on it. But I've done videos on this in the past where I said there's a reason why these major nations are acquiring so much gold. There's and the U.S. supposedly has, in total supply, has the most amount of gold, has the biggest amount of gold. So it's very, very interesting. I know for me, there's this, Mickey B. Fresh in the XRP community, like, he doesn't get it, he doesn't see it, and he's like, yeah, it doesn't make sense because they each have their own value. And so I don't know. He's smart. Mickey B. Fresh is a smart guy. So, but this last comment he made the other day, he said, I could be wrong. But he doesn't think it's going to be that because they each have their own individual value. And here's the thing about gold. If XRP is pegged to gold, I don't know. I watched another trader, very, very smart guy. Very, very smart guy. His name is Alessio Rastani, I believe. And on YouTube. I watch him. I respect him a lot. He makes a lot of sense. And he's an experienced trader. I like the experienced ones, traders, when I'm watching them. I don't get TA too much, but I do like the ones who are experienced, who know, obviously they know what they're talking about. You can tell that he's had, some success in his life. So he says that, this is what he said. He said in the short to midterm, probably more so short, look for gold to actually go down. Because he says that the major hedge funds and the major players, like he said, he called it smart money, is bare. They're short on gold. But it was the short term, the short to midterm at the longest, that they were short on gold. And he said, always smart, all those, you can't bet against the smart money. So, but he did say after this little, this thing going down, gold going down in price in the short to midterm, that it is going to go up and get up to all-time highs of 2,000 to 3,000. And so gold is going to do its thing after this little dip, and this little dip is in the short to midterm. It's very, very close, is what he's saying, that it's going to do that, because so much of the, of the smart money, major institutions, hedge fund managers are shorting gold, and they can control the market. They can control it, but he does expect it to gold to get back up to that 2,000 to 3,000. And so if XRP is pegged to gold, that could be massive. And I think here's the thing that I'm wondering: if gold does this thing and it gets up to 2,000 or 3,000 or even beyond, and XRP is pegged to gold, does that mean essentially that all this utility and all these different things that are going to happen with XRP, we all know it, can't go above gold price because it's pegged to gold? So if gold is at 2,000, are you saying that XRP can't go to 2,500? That's the question that I have. Because I don't know. I don't know. So I'm not going to pretend that I do know and try to in comments and say that it could or it can't, because I don't know. But that's a good question for you guys. That is a good question. So here's the thing that I'm wondering: since these major nations are buying and acquiring so much gold, do they know something that we don't know about the value and the price of gold? That's a possibility. That's a real possibility. That's a real possibility. So maybe they know the price that gold is going to get to, 2,000 and 3,000 per, 2,000, 3,000 for gold prices. Maybe they know that, and that's why they're acquiring so much. Maybe they know what's going to happen with gold. And maybe they know that there's something significant is going to happen with gold, and that's why they're getting so much of it. There's got to be a reason. They wouldn't be, they would not be just snatching it up the way they have been for no reason. There's got to be a reason. And I should have pulled out of the head of this truck. But the bikes were there crossing right to left, so I couldn't do it. So there's got to be a reason. Right, it really does. The truck's moving along pretty good, considering this is a really, really windy road. So there's got to be a reason for that. Right? It just makes you think. So if a peg to gold, if XRP being pegged to gold, would immediately, have it go from where it is to a crazy amount, right? 1,500. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? That would be crazy. And I don't know if there's a need to justify it, right? I don't know if the powers that be, whether it be the Fed or the IMF or whatever, whoever decides, the CFTC, whoever would decide to peg it to gold, I don't think that they have to justify it anywhere or make it or have it make sense anywhere. You understand what I'm saying? And this new financial system is here. It's happening. It's not just real-time gross settlements. That's just a part of it. It's just a part of it. It really is just a part of it. Because once that name Ripple gets announced, and once they talk about this digital asset, XRP, and again, they've been prepping us and this level, the whole level the playing field thing. Wouldn't an XRP pegged to gold make sense on that whole argument of a level playing field? Because the major nations, and that's what it's about the major economies, have a bunch of gold, right? And the emerging markets or whatever can still acquire gold. It's just they don't acquire it at the same rate or pace that the major nations do. So it's an interesting thing. And then, because we also got this argument about each nation is going to, be using their own currency within their own country. Got that whole argument as well. So it's a hard thing to say. It may or may not happen. Who knows? But I would love to hear what you guys think. Do you think that it can, does it make sense to you that XRP would be pegged to go? Would love to hear what you think about that. Do you think it can be pegged to gold, or do you think it will be backed by gold? And do you know the difference? And if you know the difference, I would love to hear what you guys think, because I don't know. But it is an interesting conversation. Nonetheless, it is an interesting conversation. So September, guys, this is going to be a September to remember, without question. I just wonder, how is Christmas going to be from the digital asset space perspective? How is Christmas going to be? How is December of 2019? What is that going to look like? Because I don't know. I have 3 digital assets. Well, now 4, because I did get on it, get in on that Power Piggy, and I did get some BTRs so that I could get the highest percentage. Put a little bit of VET, a little bit of VET out there. I'm not gonna put my whole amount in there, but there's no locking up. So have you guys heard about BitTrue's doing loan against your digital assets? Did you guys hear about that? So they get into the same space as the Celsius network, and they're getting into the same space as next platforms like Nexo and that type of thing. It's funny because I think there was a program a long time ago called SALT, SALT. Like you don't hear about SALT anymore, or even Lend. But I think ETH Lend or Lend was just primarily like an ETH thing, I believe. But SALT's been around for a long while, and you don't hear anything from them. But yeah, so that's definitely one of the big moves, getting into the DeFi space, the decentralized finance space, and the fact that BitTrue, so early in its existence, is getting into the loaning space for digital assets. Wow, I'm like, whoa. Now obviously the good thing is we'll be able to compare. We'll be able to kind of compare and see. I don't know. Loan against your digital assets, I don't know. I want to be able to, what's the difference? Like, you can loan out your digital assets and get interest on it versus taking a loan and getting cash out and paying back money. Like, I don't know about that. I don't know. I wouldn't mind if I could put it in a safe place and, they're going to pay me interest on it because I'm putting it on a platform that I safe and trusted and insured. I wouldn't mind that. But so it's interesting. But I just think that BitTrue, to do that so early in its existence, is, what's the word I want to use for that? I don't know. Is it smart, or is that phenomenal, or is that risky? Like, what? Where's this money coming from? Where's this money coming from? Right? So I don't know. That's heavy, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't even know who that's for. Who is that for? Someone who has a bunch of Bitcoin? You know what I mean? Because, you would, no matter how much XRP you got, it ain't, at current prices, right? Because they're going to be valuing that based on the current prices. That's where the value is going to come from. So, I don't know. So, interesting to see. I guess it's interesting to see how that's going to work out. But, kudos to them. Hey, if they're helping to grow the whole entire digital asset space and more importantly, the XRP ecosystem, cool. So these guys have come on the scene. Curious Wayne, he was at the DLT Con UK, and I think it's interesting that they said DLT Con UK. So that means some boys are looking to, probably do some stuff some other places as well. BitTrue sponsored it. Interesting times. And I heard that SPQR Media's presentation was off the charts. Unfortunately, all the streaming that I saw, I just couldn't hear a thing. So I'm hoping that they were able to get that kind of recorded themselves, SPQR Media, or will do another presentation, on their YouTube channel, because I just couldn't hear a thing. But I do know there's some kind of thing with Vanguard is supposedly kind of in, around all of this, in and around all of it, what you would expect. I mean, they're one of the top financial institutions in the world, so that's what you would expect. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, I'm kudos, congratulations, guys, all you guys who put that on. SPQR Media and Love for Crypto. I love Love for Crypto. Love their channel. Love what they're doing. Smart guys. I cannot wait to meet the boys. Cannot meet. Scott is a trip. I love that dude. That dude is a trip. Can't wait to meet him, man. That's one of the great things about being in this space, man. You get a chance to hook up with some people, like-minded people, and that you've probably never ever had a chance to meet, and looking forward to getting to Japan and hanging out with Crypto Eddie and all of that. Looking forward to that, getting to go to the UK and Manchester, wherever, and just hanging out and having conversations around XRP. But our goal is definitely to celebrate different milestones for XRP. And, hopefully that's what we'll be able to do, whether it be at the $20 mark or the $50 mark or the $100 mark, these different milestones. It's going to be exciting to meet and hang out, that type of deal like that. But, for me, long term, it's really about having a certain amount of XRP that I'm just holding forever. You know what I mean? Some of that, gets what is it, put in the will, and, to keep that generational wealth thing going. But some of it is real, for me, it really is long term. It's about 7 to 10 years from now, for me. Because I really believe it's going to prices that we could have never, ever imagined. And I think that, the governments of the world, I think that the powers that be know what it's capable of doing, and they know how it works. They're really, really learning more and more about how it works. And if they hold a certain amount, let's say let's say 50 central banks have 1 billion. Like, can you imagine 1 billion multiplied by, I don't know, 2,000. I don't know. But I think they know that it can get to these prices, that XRP can get to these prices. I think they know that, and I think they put together a plan on how to get it there. I think they figured out a plan to get it there. I think they know that XRP is going to be able to free up trillions of dollars in these no-show accounts. I think they know it. It's going to free up capital. I think they know it. I think they know it, and they're going to find a way to set values for this XRP that we would have never, ever could have ever imagined. I really believe that. I really do. So thank God there is a whole entire digital asset space. And the reason why I say that is because, there's chances for people to participate in different projects. They can still mint them significant amounts of money. Thank God we're early in the space and we can learn. We don't have to learn during a bull run, right? That's one of the challenging times, because the whole fear of missing out can get you. It can really snatch your bags up. If you're trying to learn and get in on stuff during the bull run and you're just seeing prices go crazy, and you feel like you're going to miss out on it. So there's not a whole lot of time to check in the projects and really wait, because, the bull run's going. So thank God that we're around during the bear market so we can learn and get better educated about this digital asset space. But, there's going to be some projects that are going to win other than XRP, without question. And hopefully the masses will learn more and more about it and kind of go from there. And so, don't know about Cardano. I keep hearing about Cardano. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that is they're further along in real use case than Cardano. So I don't know. Is Cardano going to become the smart contract platform? I don't know. So it's really hard to say. And the challenge for me, to be honest with you, is just every time I get the fiat dollars, I'm like I don't want to put it into another digital asset space unless I'm seeing some real world use case, with the CEO and a corporate staff that is making moves in the real world. So that's kind of my thing. Certainly not telling you not to buy or to buy Cardano. I'm certainly not doing that. I just, I don't know. I think Charles Hoskinson is a smart guy, and I get the IOHK and the Emergo, and those are smart things, and you got people working on the project. But what is what is the real world? I mean, are they going to be going out and getting companies to build on that platform? I don't know. What's their marketing about? What are they looking to do? I don't, you know what I mean? That's my thing. So we'll see. But in any case, guys, September is going to be a month to remember, right? A September to remember for sure. I really do believe that. The back thing is going to be really interesting once they actually launch 23rd, 26th, whichever date that is. I think it's going to shock the world what the institutional money is going to be doing, because I think they know they've been given enough time. Really, they've been given enough time to learn and kind of see what they're going to do. XRP, every time I turn around, another exchange is, what was it CoinField that just put up XRP base pairs? Every time you turn around, so Poloniex updated their XRP wallet. What else did I hear about? There was another exchange that was allowing you to purchase XRP. I think Uphold did some other different kind of things with XRP. I know they've been allowing you to purchase XRP for a while now, but I think there was something new that they did with XRP as well, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe that's old. I visited the site yesterday, but I hadn't visited the site on the website for Uphold for a long, long time, so maybe that's actually, it says new, but maybe it's not something new. I don't know if it was interest on XRP. Maybe that's what it was. They got some kind of system now where you can get an interest on your XRP. I think was the new thing on the Uphold site. But in any case, more and more people are doing more and more things with XRP. Are you noticing that? More and more businesses, exchanges, they're doing more and more things with XRP, and they're highlighting it and they're promoting it. And it's not just because the XRP community is massive, and it is massive, but they're doing more and more things with it. So the word's kind of getting out. You can feel it, like the word's getting out. And that's exciting. I cannot wait. I don't know when Brad Kimes is going to do this interview with Brian Kerr from Kava Labs, but I will reschedule everything I got going on for that, because I want to be on there. And honestly, I want to be on there live so I can ask some questions, see if I can get him to answer. So I really want to know what's up, what's going on with that, because I think it's going to be massive. I think the world, I think PolySign is involved with it somehow, and I think it's going to shock the world what's being put in place. I really, really do. So we'll see. We'll see. So I just find it very, very curious and interesting that BitTrue went ahead and did that, loan program so early, right? Did they know something about what's going on with Kava Labs? Like, what they're doing is huge, for BitTrue to do it so early. Again, something interesting about that. It really, really is something very, very, very interesting about that. I'm wondering how the whole XRP on BitTrue is really working in terms of people putting their XRP on there to get other digital assets. Like, I don't know. I don't know how that works. Like, I haven't done that. I take my fiat dollars. I wouldn't mind taking my fiat dollars and getting some digital assets on BitTrue just to support that platform that is supporting the XRP ecosystem. I'm going to have to pass up this dude. Right? I wouldn't mind doing that. But for me, I really, really, look, I really, really value, the XRP, so I don't know about that. So we'll see. But I want to support the platform because it really is supporting the XRP ecosystem. You know what I mean? It really is doing that. So I would love to support it in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Hey, being on PowerPiggy supports it. But so, what are you guys doing? Are you guys using your XRP on that platform and getting other digital assets? I know I heard Brad Kimes talking about building out his portfolio on there. So I don't know. I mean, I know you can use your credit card. It looked pricey to me in terms of using that card. It looked pricey to me, or using your bank card or whatever, credit card, bank card. That looked a little pricey. And it's a young company, right? So they got to kind of get what people that can get with them in the beginning until they, until they don't have to get with people that they have to get with, if you know what I'm saying. So this is a young company, so they got to get what they can, and eventually I'm sure they'll get lower prices and all that kind of stuff like that. But Brad Kimes says the fees are pretty low on BitTrue, so I haven't had a chance to look into the fees. Right now, for me, it's just the only participation for me has been the PowerPiggy. But we'll see. Yeah, and also Brad Kimes is also interviewing Curious Wang as well. Again, the stream with him speaking at the DLT Con UK, I couldn't understand. I couldn't hear it. So that's another one I'm not going to miss either. That interview with Curious Wang. So it would be nice to have them set that up as well. So September's going to be awesome because I think Brad Kimes is doing both of those in September. I think. I'm not sure if he gave the dates on that, but in either case, Stay tuned for that. Saw something in the Investment Perspectives Telegram chat yesterday, and I'm sure they're going to be doing videos about this today, tomorrow, whatever. But so I believe it was Mickey B. Fresh found the document from, I think it was the St. Louis Fed, I believe. It might have been a special document from the IMF, one of the two. But it addressed the issue that a lot of us have been talking about, and that was digital asset investor probably started it. But the whole thing of why isn't XRP being mentioned? Why, remember that little time frame where everyone was doing videos? I even did a video or two on that, of why they never mentioned the name XRP. And then we come across this document, and this guy states that it is better to keep. It is better not to disclose any information on an asset that provides liquidity. That it is a best practice to not disclose information on an asset that provides liquidity. And I'm paraphrasing. I screenshot the wording, and I'm gonna print it out today so that I can quote it directly. But that's essentially what it said. It is a better practice to not disclose an asset. In other words, not talk about an asset that provides liquidity. And then it had another part to it, and that provides liquidity unless you can learn about it, or you can learn more about it, and at cheap prices or cheap value, something along those lines. But what I do know that essentially it said it is a better practice. It is best to not disclose any information about an asset that provides liquidity. Like basically saying it's keep it to yourselves until it's time to let the world know about it. Huge. Again, in the Investment Perspectives Telegram group chat, got to get on that, guys. It is a closed group, so just keep watching the videos until they make an announcement. He did say, Brad Kynes just said he's going to open it up again. So please stay tuned for that, because you want to be involved in that. So much information, so much knowledge there, unbelievable. So yeah, so if you're in the group already in Investment Perspectives, go check out that doc. Mickey B. Fresh posted it. It is either from the IMF or from the Fed, St. Louis Fed. But yeah, like crazy. Now I copied one. It was like 44 pages. I printed it out, and I gotta go read over that to make sure I left it somewhere. So I gotta go read over that, and really look into that thing there. A lot of stuff, but it's good to know. It's a great way to level up your XRP IQ, if you will, going over that document. So I'm gonna go over it today, and I'm gonna do a live stream today too, guys. I'm gonna do a live stream, and I'm thinking that Sunday is going to probably be the day that I do it, so I can do it on a consistent basis. It's going to be different times on Sunday, especially in October. But I'm thinking I'm going to do it Sundays, and I'm thinking I'm going to do it Sundays in the mornings. I don't want to do it the same time Brad Kynes does his thing. He usually does his thing 9 or 10 in the morning. So I have to kind of look at that and kind of see and try to adjust some things so I can do it at a different time than Brad Kynes does it. But that Sunday does look like the day that I'll be able to kind of do that, which I'm really looking forward to doing that. And I will not be showing my face. I will be just showing the screen and kind of some of and showing the things that I will be discussing until such time that I will be showing my face. Because I believe there is a difference between not showing and showing your face in terms of views, in terms of participation. I believe there is a difference. It may not be a significant one, but I do believe there is one. So stay tuned for that, guys. But I got to get to the gym. I tell you what, I haven't been to the gym, and wow. too long. So, but guys, here it is. I've been rambling for a while now. I just want to say, listen, thank you so much for hanging out. I definitely appreciate it. Make sure you have an awesome Sunday. Listen, guys, never ever forget this. That old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. That the battle for you has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.